The first question goes to Ash. You can ask me again if you didn't understand the question. I will reform it or I will repeat the question. Ash, please come on screen. How did you celebrate the May holidays? And how do they celebrate May holidays? Can we see you? We can hear you very well, but we do not see you.
Right. Yet. The way we celebrate month of May and springtime here in San Francisco is not very exciting in a way. Because as you know, San Francisco, we are stuck in spring year round, which is positive in some ways, not so positive in other ways. Why not so positive in other ways? Because we don't get a chance to see the 4 seasons. I moved to San Francisco from Columbus, Ohio 5 years ago. In Columbus, month of May used to be something like a gift from heaven. Everything from freezing would turn green in a matter of short period of time. And then you really get to appreciate that kind of weather after facing that harsh winter for many months. I miss that. But by the same token, I love what I see here, the roses blooming year-round green, and the scenery and thing, and the microclimate is unique to this area. I think Sydney is the other place on the planet where we enjoy the microclimate. In a day's time, 24 hours time, I enjoy all the 4 seasons in a way. Right now today, the high went up to 81. By evening, it was back in 60s. In the night, it will drop down into upper 40s. In the morning, it will be again back in 60s. So in 24 hours time, I get to enjoy all the 4 seasons, which is something good. I feel myself lucky. Other than that, basically we around this part of the year celebrate St. Patrick's Day in March. And of course, the big holiday is coming, which is we call the Memorial Day, which is the beginning of real summer for us. So it's fun and exciting. I love the club. I really enjoyed it. I've got a very early morning flight to Chicago from San Francisco, but it was so interesting. I said, hey, I have to watch this. Super job. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Ash. Although we didn't see you on screen, but your story was really, really enticing, really interesting. So much attention to detail and everything was there. My next question is, again, we have some very interesting holidays so far, and it's just only 11 days into May, and we already had several important holidays in May. How did you celebrate the holidays in May so far? Dennis Woodridge, come on screen, please.
I am here, I think.
You are.
I was not expecting to do this because I'll be up here in a few moments with my role for this evening, but I am very happy to answer this question as to what we've been doing in May. May, for our family, is kind of a laid-back month. We celebrate it by relaxing and enjoying the change in the weather, or enjoying it as much as we can in Florida, because the change in the weather means it just gets hotter. So we try and enjoy that as much as we can. But the truth of the matter is, for me, this May has been a recovery period. As many of you know, I had surgery on my arm, and it's a very long recovery period, but I'm really doing very well. And so I have loved May this year because it means that I'm getting healthy again, and I can use my arm I almost have full function back. So it's been a real blessing to have this May. And that really is how we, personally, I've been celebrating May this year. And I want to compliment, if I may, as part of my table topics, Brian on his multicolored Starbucks cards. Very nicely done. Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Dennis. You once again reminded to us how not easy it is to really, go through recoveries, and also, what you said was really brought me back to a difficult recovery process, but your optimism and your positivity is just amazing. Thank you. And my next question is to another person who was a very good listener today, but hasn't spoken so far, and it's Kevin. How was May to you? How is May treating you in your part of the world, Kevin?
Okay. Well, I may not look Korean, but I am in Korea. And so far we have had several holidays. So May the 3rd was Buddha's birthday, which was a national holiday here. Actually, I did not celebrate it. It was a day off for me. And then 2 days later, on Friday, was Children's Day. Well, my last name may be Parent, but we don't actually have any children. So that one was a day off for me. Yeah. On Monday, it was Parents' Day. Well, not having any children, Parents' Day kind of went and as another day off. And I must say, as a professor, the number of days off has been very irritating because my classes are just getting more and more behind schedule. The 9th is not a holiday per se, but it was the day of our Korea's presidential election. And not being a citizen in that sense, I did not have a vote. So far we have had 4 holidays. And we have one more coming up on the 15th is Teacher's Day. That one I will celebrate. But the one that I want to say is not a holiday per se, but Sunday, this coming Sunday, is my 20th anniversary. And we're just going to go somewhere nearby, get a hotel for the night, and then just stay and have some fun. So other than the anniversary, there has been no particular holiday that I celebrated other than having a day off, but I am very much looking forward to Sunday and my 20th. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. It was really interesting to listen to your several stories, and we look forward to listening to more full-fledged stories from you. And that was a really interesting excursion into Korea. Thank you. And the next person who didn't speak today is our very own and very lovely Mathilde. Mathilde, tell us a little bit about May in Germany. And I know you got a new job, so I want to hear about all of your news and how you've been enjoying May so far.
Thank you very much. May for me was really exciting. 1st of May is a holiday here, and usually it is the day of work or something like this. Normally there are lots of processions going on where people can demonstrate, or they're giving speeches in favor of the workers and all those things. But since this was my first working day and it was a holiday, I still was at my last place where I was staying and packing all my things, the stuff I would like to take to my new place, to my holiday place. But it's fun because I'm starting new work, but I'm living in a holiday flat since I do not have a fixed flat already. So I was thinking a lot of what should I take, what should I not take. It's just for a small period first, and then if I will change really, then I can take more things. So it was very funny having all those things in your hands. Do I really need it? Do I not need it? But what I definitely took were all the Toastmaster manuals, because I thought I could look up and give some evaluations or do whatever I would like. But anyway, on this day, I also had a 4 hours rehearsal, which was my old choir, where I'm singing a concert in 2 weeks with. And it was so much fun, just like really a very nice singing event and saying farewell and goodbye in a very nice way. But anyway, May I'm really, really enjoying. I've just came back from a business trip, and it was to Hamburg, and it was so lovely. Everything was blooming, and it was a very fully packed day with lots of information, discussions. And I had one discrete hour in the lunchtime where I did a little stroll around a lake, which was in the middle of the city. I would not have expected. On one side, you had a lot of those shops, and on the other side, you could see the flowers, the trees, the swans, and everything. And I really love May when all these things are starting to bloom. All the people are getting out, people are falling in love, and people are smiling at you and enjoying really what's coming up and what the new year will bring, like I did. And I really enjoy being here again, too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mathilde. It was a pleasure to be with you there. You took us on a journey. We traveled to Germany with you. Thank you so much. Now, Zaldi, you stopped being the stranger. You're our very, very familiar, very good Zaldi. How is beautiful May in Manila, in the Philippines, through your own experiences? We hope to hear glimpses of your life in May so far, please.
Zaldi, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
May is the peak of the summer season here in the Philippines, where it's really hot. And May 1 is a holiday, just like several other countries. It's Labor Day here in the Philippines, but I don't celebrate that day. And May 1 was actually the tail end of our district conference, which I did attend. So I just follow what's happening through Facebook. There are people posting pictures of the contestants for the international speech contests. And it's also there that we wait for the results. Okay. And one thing I was happy about is the one I was rooting against did not win. Yeah. So it was a happy May just because of that. Because that person has been a very good speaker delivery wise, but he has been recycling speeches over and over again. It's been very bad for the young ones. So this May I'm just happy with that event, with the turnout, and there's still 20 more days to go of first hour, and I'm not going to the beach yet because we're going to have its outing maybe in the first week of June when the crowds have subsided from the beaches. And anyway, I still have my air conditioning here in my room. Back to you, tabletop answer.
Wonderful. Thank you, Zaldi, for reminding us all that May is a contest period in Toastmasters, and also thank you for your candid impressions and evaluations of how it's going. Over to you, Brian, the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much. I enjoyed the topics. Thank you, all of the speakers.
That was a set of good questions, because we got to learn a little bit more about the different cultures in our world, And that is the bonus of not only the storytelling that we have at Witty Storytellers, we have such an international group of people in here. So now we have the general evaluator is going to tell us what he thought of the meeting and where he might find that we need to improve on.
Thank you very much, Brian. I have actually quite a few notes, so I'm going to rush through these as quickly as I can and tell you about a learning experience I had in the last hour. Christian, great job in doing 2 evaluations. I thought your evaluations were excellent. I really love the line that you used about being with George and his coziness, because if Toastmasters is anything, it's cozy. But I thought you did a really nice job of talking about, what he did well, really giving good examples. It was obvious that you had listened to the speech. And also, I want to compliment Svetlana as our timer, because I don't think I've ever heard anybody clap anyone out louder in my life. That is going to be something I make sure I never do, is be clapped out, because it was very exuberant. Nicely done, Svetlana. Nicely done. Julie, you really had an excellent evaluation. The only thing I would say, and again, I'm kind of rushing through these because I've got quite a few notes, but the only thing that I would suggest in your evaluations is kind of take a look at the verbiage that you use, because the word beautiful probably was used about 100 times.
Was it? Oh.
That's an exaggeration, but it was used a lot. Everything was beautiful and in its own way. Never mind. One of the things that you did, though, that I really appreciated was the fact that you diagrammed the speech in a way. When you talked about that she had us on a high level, brought us down, brought us back up. I thought that was a really good way of showing us exactly what she had done. So nice job. Nice job. The second time that Christian was up giving an evaluation, my computer died. And I didn't get to actually hear the evaluation. Fortunately, I had my little tablet with me, so I was able to sign on and catch what happened until I could get my computer rebooted. So that was a learning experience. It was kind of panic mode around here. And then Julie, nice evaluation of Brian's impromptu speech. I thought you did a really nice job. It was obvious you were watching very closely, picking up on the fact that he was reading and things, but you were being observant and you were listening. When it comes to table topics, Ash, we had voice only, which is sometimes a technical issue that we have to overcome. But I really enjoyed your table topic. Myself, I mumbled and stumbled through mine okay, I guess. Kevin, really nice having you join us tonight. It was such a delight to see your face when I turned on my computer, and there you were. It's like, hey, I know that guy. Really nice table topic as well. I love the rundown on the holidays in May. I'm thinking very seriously about moving to Korea. There are so many. Matilda, one of the things I loved about your table topic was the fact that you have such an expressive nature. You use your hands, your face is just glowing whenever you tell something. And that really helps, especially in this kind of medium that we're working with here. And Zaldi, nice job coming on and letting us know what's going on. I'm sorry you couldn't make your conference. I thought it was kind of interesting. You were talking about voting against somebody. I've never heard that in Toastmasters before, but now I can't say that. I have heard it. I really enjoyed the meeting. It amazes me that we can get on virtually with each other and still have the same kind of feeling as a regular brick and mortar Toastmaster club. I'm really appreciative of that. The one suggestion I have for the group as a whole is if you are not the person who is speaking at the time, please mute your mic, because what we have, even when you're listening to an evaluation of your speech or something, background noise and beeping and whatever, and that can be very distracting as we're trying to listen to the speaker. So anytime that you're not speaking, just go ahead and mute your mic. And then if you don't remember to unmute it, we'll tell you. I promise you, we'll tell you. Okay, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Fair evaluation. for interest about the times, I took the times for the table topics. Ash, I put him down as 2 minutes and 30 seconds plus, because I didn't realize that Svetlana wasn't doing the timing. Dennis was 1 minute and 16 seconds. Kevin was pretty well right on at 1 minute and 57 seconds. Mathilde was within 2 seconds of being disqualified if she was in the table topics at 2:28. And Zaldi was pretty well right on time with 1 minute and 55 seconds. But now I'll turn the meeting over to
our president, Svetlana.
Comments, Seville, Svetlana.
Yes, I can. Did you ask me if I can take over?
Yeah, but you'll ask
yes, yes. That's right. Thank you very much, Brian, for such masterful Toastmaster of the day today. Thank you. And thank you very much, Dennis, as well. You took only 4 minutes and 21 seconds for this wonderful general evaluation where you gave us feedback and you told us how we could improve, which is very, very valuable note, I think, and comment that we need to mute our microphones when we're not speaking, and if our microphones are muted, we will let them know. I very much look forward to hearing our guest comments. Ash, you are still our guest. What do you think of today's meeting? Will you come back again, and why? Ash.
Can you see me?
We cannot see you yet. I hope you will appear before the end of the meeting.
I'm basically on my iPad, and I'm touching the webcam symbol, and let me see. I'm sorry about this, but
it's okay. These are the little things that we learn as we go.
Basically, I love the meeting, and as I was telling you, in spite of this being 11:30 in the night here with the moon shining through my window and things, I would have been in bed long time ago, but it was so interesting, it kept me awake, and I thank all of you very much for that. Regarding, I love to join the club. Only thing I'm thinking of is basically the timing. But I will think of it. I'm basically by profession an anesthesiologist, and until almost 4 years ago, being on call and things, I was used to be awake during odd times and things. But since 4 years, my schedule has been pretty much regular. By 9:30, I'm in bed, and but definitely I'll think about joining the club. I am member of, you might have heard of North White Club, right? Wonderful.
Great White Club.
Yeah, wonderful club. Love it, and basically they have it on Sundays at 6 o'clock New York time. So that suits me pretty much well. That's basically at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me. But I will definitely look into it. I love the international audience. It makes me cross the cultural barriers, the language barriers, the accent barriers. When I have to present a joke, I know that I have to be with a universal theme. So it really gives me a different kind of opportunities, and I thank all of you very much indeed. And it was great to be in the presence of Julie. She is my superhero. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ash. And thank you for such serious consideration that you're giving to the time, which probably, which might be possible for you to join or to come again to our meetings. I can definitely tell you that you are a night person, because the inspiration, the language, the content that you gave us today was wonderful. So we enjoyed your presence very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you might be a night person, and you didn't know about it. So, Kevin, please give us your feedback of today's meeting. And if you come back, then why would you come back to this club?
Well, I'm definitely coming back, and I want to come back as a full paid member. I've enjoyed this very much. I have a club that's in another city. I live in one city, and I work in another one. And it used to be, okay, I could go home on Thursdays, but this year, for the past year, I've been serving as department chair, and I can't go home early in the week like that, so I have to stay here until Friday. So I've missed my home club. I've tried joining another one. It's okay. The one that's near here, it's not as good as my home club, but I've really enjoyed this one, and especially I've enjoyed that. If I'm not mistaken, every single person here is in a different country.
Yes.
And that makes it really, really interesting for me. And I am declaring right now I want to join this club.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Ash, did you hear that?
Wonderful. And perhaps in a month you can give us an icebreaker
Okay. I'll do
about
that.
you.
Yeah, I look forward to listening to the stories and to share my stories as well. Well, I think we only have 12 persons today, and we have already heard comments from our guests. Julie, would
Yes.
you like to say
I
something?
would like to speak about next meeting in 2 weeks'
Yes,
time,
please.
if possible. Yes. So I am the
Yes, please.
vice president of education of this club, and in 2 weeks' time we will have a fascinating pathway meeting. I invited George Marshall, who is the chief guide of the first pilot district, and who will give us a longer speech, or I would say a little bit a workshop, about the structure which he learned of pathway. He is the farther away, of course, on it, and he studied together from beginning of November. And it will be 15 minutes plus 10-minute questions and answers. The only thing he asked us not to complain too much about it, because he had complaints in his district that they were pilots. And we will have also others who will speak about pathways, who experienced it, and guests. So that will be in this month our workshop, in fact. And in June, it is open to you who want to speak. We will have in June Freddie Daniels about explaining us how to evaluate even better and how to evaluate specifically for storytelling. He is specialist in storytelling and evaluation. I think if he didn't give 150 workshops already about it in different clubs in England, he didn't give any. And everyone learned to do it better after he finished. So I am very happy to have him. And another one who accepted, probably for July, is Jonathan Sandling, who wrote The Leading with Style. And I looked at his blog. He has also very interesting articles how important humor is in business. So I am sure he will give us a very interesting workshop also. But meanwhile, please tell me, write me. I will put my email specifically now on the chat board. If you are ready to give a story, because we don't speak, but to give stories. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you very much, Julie. We are really, really benefiting from your Vice President of Education role, as you have lined up such wonderful, wonderful storytellers, coaches, Freddie, I look forward to his workshop. Jonathan is a new name for me, and I look forward to join his workshop. George Marshall, I look forward to it. In past ways, I'm the one who was not really, really, really looking forward to it, because it was all kind of strongly mystified for me. At the moment, the more I know about pathways, the better it sounds. It's like the best of competent communicator period, the best of the traditional Toastmasters, plus all the best from Smedley, from Ralph Smedley, like reviving Ralph Smedley's visions and making them into the pathways. Something I wanted to say, we congratulated Mathilde with her new job, and I would like all of us to congratulate Christian on his beautiful son born this week or last week. Very, very new addition to his family. Congratulations, Christian! As well.
Thank you.
And great. You're welcome. Mathilde, what would you like to say? Christian, I don't know.
I would like to invite our guests to write in the chat box their email if they would like to get some further information. I'm the Witty membership, and I would like to follow up and give you some information how you can become a member, or also give you some information on when we are meeting and how you can join us as a guest or as a member. So please, if you are interested, write your email in the chat box. Thank you.
Thank you, Mathilde. And since this part of the meeting is called Club Business, if anybody wants to share their suggestions, their feedback, who haven't yet